shot, huh? You always do. So what do you think about Cleveland hosting the National the other night?
Nah, man. They desperate over there. I think, like, to be honest with you, how you gonna take the most least person that you use to host down in Appleton to be one of your lead hosts up there? That doesn't make sense. You know, you kind of left Khaleesi down at the bottom for a while, but when you're desperate up here, try to get them to come up here and host, and I don't know, I'm about tired of that goddamn club, to tell you the truth.
I'm tired of all these clubs, man. I want to build a Playboy house like how Q did. I want to have a membership club. I'm tired of like the normal bar scene. I want to have lockdowns like Chicago and shit, man. I want to do something different. So that's what we're gonna focus our energy on. Let them stay above ground. We're gonna go underground. We're gonna show them how it's done.
You know, we have to. We have to. I mean, as far as like everything goes with the nightlife, man. I mean, a lot of adults, they don't care about nothing no more. And I was telling a lot of people that a lot of people don't want to come together. A lot of people don't want to, you know, how should I say, collaborate, you know, on certain projects and certain ideas, because it's gonna take everybody to come together. But trying to play with these grown people and get them to see the real light, it's just like, it's super hard, man. So a lot of times I'm like to myself, forget those in a sense. My focus is the daytime and it's youth. You know, and I'm gonna keep screaming at until we actually get these grown folks to see what's really going on and participate in what we got going on. Because we got a lot going on, you know, not to toot our own horn, but we need a lot more adult participation. You got a few. You know, shout out to those who are actually helping out.
Miss Red.
Yeah, Miss Red. Shout out to Miss Red. She always sharing everything that we do. She's always involved. That's the type of involvement that we need from parents and actually the adults. You know, when we put on shows, it takes a lot to put on these shows. It don't take just, you know, one person, two person, three person. It takes a whole team, an army of people to actually put this stuff together. So a lot of these components, I go to the ones that's more appreciative of it, and that's the youth. You know, they don't complain. They happy about what's going on. They're in a good environment, so they play right. You know, but everybody else, man, these other adults, I'm not doing them. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not.
I don't know. I just look at it like, hey, if we can get everybody involved, adult, youth, whatever, I think that we would be in a good position.
Yeah, I mean, that's the end game, of course.
Yeah.
That's the total end game. But as far as like cater to the adults at this point, that's not my focus.
Yeah, only on certain events.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, I don't know. I look at it, we should tap into the high school homecomings or
Exactly.
rallies.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's definitely what's lacking up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we could do that, then I think that would be dope.
Like, super dope. But how everybody doing after this very nice Turkey Day? Who's still sleeping?
Happy
Happy holidays, man.
I know everybody seen
Tommy boy!
I know everybody seen my video on Facebook. I was slumped yesterday. So.
Explain that a little bit, because right now we have people that's just not curious, but explain to you about the lift of luxury, about you're an advocate for marijuana or you're an advocate for certain things, because
I'm an advocate for it all, boss. Like, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm gonna be totally wide open for you. You know, lift the luxury. You know, I look at it as luxury stoner brand. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not a brand that really just goes straight to
marijuana.
The smokers. You know what I'm saying? We like to look fly too. We not all bums. I'm a functioning smoker.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah. but see, the reason I brought that up because I just want to let people know we're not giving a negative reflection to the youth, because we want the youth as a component.
Right.
And by the presidents and by everybody talking about the legalization aspects and the health thing like this is mainly for the older people. So we're not advocating anything for the youth. We want to just put it out there that anything that we do in our personal life, believe is a message and a method behind it all.
Facts.
But we don't include the youth in any of our activities.
Let the record reflect.
Let the record reflect. Because we want you to feel comfortable with us. Will, me, and whatever. We want you to feel, see how I address them like that, because we want to be on the first name basis with these parents.
Right.
We want to be on the real name basis with these adults and stuff like that to build that relationship.
I look at it like this. I'm human just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got the same things y'all got going on in life. So, you know, everybody handle theirs different. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got problems. Everybody got shit.
Yeah, everybody got a vice. So I don't want to hear nothing about it. Who we got coming up today, though? That's the question.
I'm not sure yet. Right now, I really didn't reach out too much, because like the same thing was after the holiday. But I threw a shot at my buddy Potter, man. So maybe Potter could come up here and talk about the work he has been doing lately and the work that he did over time, because I like producers, man. I'm one of those people, man. And I work with I don't even talk about our story because I want to be more back and let you and him get a little dialect. But me personally, man, I'm with the producer, man. I love the rapper, don't get me wrong, but without the producer, you have no sound. So that's the relationships I'm trying to build with these producers, man, because there's no sense for us to have these dope producers in Green Bay or even in the Fox Valley at all.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm saying it's plenty of them. You know what I'm saying? Like me being a producer as well. Like I know plenty of people who out here making beats. You know what I'm saying?
But they're not getting what they don't know people who don't rap or people.
I feel like a lot of the producers nowadays they want to stay behind the scenes because you can make more money off the internet selling beats than what you gonna do in the hood. So a lot of people be like, you know what, I can just go and sell these little beats real quick on BeatStars real fast. And I don't have to deal with the commotion and the hustle and the bustle about all of it. You know what I'm saying? I make it, post it, sell it, it's gone.
But that's why when we do these the new school tapes and all this other stuff we plan on doing or whatever, we're gonna only have local producers. We're gonna only have this kind of content. It's cool for these rappers to reach out or listen to YouTube all day and get these beats. But in order to support our own, man, we gotta build off our own, man.
What's with that though? I never understood that. Like a lot of who's telling the artists to actually get these YouTube beats?
No, they named a certain way.
It's not even named though. It's just like again, you know, if you go on YouTube and you're looking at beats, a lot of them is either looking for tight beat. So when you put in tight beat, you know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna pull up. So if Lil Baby hot right now, they want Lil Baby beats. It's anybody who can make beats that sound like that. If the Migos hot and whoever making them beats and it sound like that, that's what they want. Instead of trying to build their own sound and make their own.
It's easier. It's easier for the new artists.
But here's the kicker behind that too. You can already find a pre-made beat that's already up your alley, and then it's free because you stealing it off the internet. It ain't like you even build a groove for it. You just hear it, wrote a verse to it, want to record it. Probably still got buku tags in the background, but you don't care though. You just want to get it off your chest. But a lot of people gotta learn that ain't the way to do it though.
So like I'm saying, a lot of why these artists not knowing, even like say for instance, somebody grab a YouTube beat, they pop that motherfucker and they go and it pop. It get a lot of views. You can't even do shit with that.
No, you can't.
You can't. I mean,
all that was promo.
That was it.
That's all that was.
Hot promo.
Quick promo for you, man. That's all.
Unless you get it to the point where you are moving numbers on SoundCloud or something, because that's how Kodak Black did it. Like Kodak Black jacked a lot of people beats, and he brought light to the beats, which he was able to capitalize off of, and then he brought them to the fold.
People also gotta remember Kodak Black had a money team behind him as a youngin. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like real. I'm talking about real money behind him. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about no little $20,000 budget, but he had a couple, you know what I'm saying, 100,000. He had the right people behind him.
Yeah. And that goes street team, that goes people trust me because like me right now, there's so many things I want to invest in, and I made investments in myself with the music and videos and stuff like that. But at a situation I'm at, I'm looking for somebody to really work with, invest in, and craft, and like show them what the ideas that I had, show them the studies, man. But it's just like people are afraid of being different, man. People are what the.
See, but that's how you know that it's a disconnect from the art fan. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying, didn't nobody care what your art looked like. As long as it looked good, it was good, right? Now everybody trying to fit the same mold. Like, you can't do that no more. Like, art, I don't know, it's like tasteless art now.
I want everybody to be different. I want everybody to be different. I want everybody to be original, whatever. But what we're looking for 43 North is a different element. We want to present a different sound. So when people do think about Green Bay or think about 43 North or think about Lake Michigan or anything, it's that distinctive sound. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing that's happening on the West Coast. Like how LA took it. LA took their vibe and they still working. They got lyricists in LA, man. It ain't the same game.
No, it ain't the same, man. But that's the whole beauty of it, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole beauty. You know what I'm saying? You got cats like G-Eazy that don't sound nothing like Blueface.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want. You want different sounds that come from the same spot.
That whack 100. I mean, that's the dude down there in California. He keep them boys style relevant, man.
But that's how you're supposed to do it, though. You got to keep them relevant. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep them reinventing themselves to where it's just a regular and it's a norm for you to see them do something out the box.
That's how you can be, not how you can be personally, not to piggyback on nobody. Because like I said, we want to be different. But okay, people look at you as a bully or Suge Knight type of image, right? they don't even talk about whack and what whack do to keep that sound going in LA, or how whack get behind certain artists and really get behind this artist. I mean, and that's the problem we have out here, because I see different crews and stuff like that, but nobody's really like, this that dude, this is my guy, this, you know what I mean? And that's the role that I see Jay playing a lot of people like, man. But we just gonna project more of that, because we want y'all to know, man, y'all can be successful, man, with these sounds, man. Y'all got, man. Some of this stuff is dope, man. Some of that stuff I listen to,
It ain't some. A lot of this shit is dope, bro. Like, a lot of this shit is dope. Cause like, you gotta think about what going into a lot of this music that's really coming from out of this motherfucker. It's a lot of good content, boss. Like, I can't even lie to you. It's a lot of good content. But again, it's just lacking the right, proper promotion, boss. That's really what it's lacking.
Not only that, man. I mean, it's an honor and a pleasure to be in this area right now, because the reason why I say that, because you got every other state, town, city, whatever, you know, LA, California, all these big major cities, and the ones in between, Texas, South Carolina, you know, all these different places in between that's owned now from the rap game, from the hip hop industry, from the culture, and we just not getting developed. So the beauty of being in this area, I say this area of the Midwest, is that we finally getting our just due. We have our platform, we can see the vision. Now it's time to start to develop the artists. And the sweet thing about it, we got so close to the 2020 before anybody made it out here. It's got so much pressure. There's so many people that's, you know, right there ready to go. So they that much home, because they seen a lot of these different artists. They seen a lot of this different stuff that's going on. Like you say, they see Kodak Black go how they want a Kodak beat. So they see so-and-so, the baby go how they want a baby beat. But they didn't, a lot of these new artists that took their own styles, and I mean, everybody loves a piece of everybody. Like Thanksgiving, a piece of every little piece of meat, macaroni, everything put on the plate and make their own image. And that's the beauty about this area. You got old school cats that's really, really cold. You got the middle-aged guys that's pretty good. But then you got these youth. You got these youth that's coming so hard, man. I mean, I'm watching these little cats come out, man. And like I said, they're just the ones we working with. It's the ones that we not working with. It's the ones that's up here. These boys is hungry, man. When I say hungry, they hungry. And that's why I like working with the youth more so than adults. Because now, you got the adults that's just sitting back. That's supposed to be, it's a lot of these cats that's supposed to be on right now. You know, I'm just put it out there. A lot of them supposed to be.
So it's the lack. It's the lack of the unit. It's the lack of the money, because everybody out. I really don't know nobody that's really heavy in the game, the street game out here, is actually into entertainment music.
Right. No, nobody. They scared of it.
You know,
they said it's gonna turn around.
But it is actually turning around for that investment. But by these people not showing it, it's like you said, they're scared. Why would I put my money in a dude who ain't even trying to do nothing himself? Because
it's the curriculum. It's the curriculum. It's how the way you put it together. Like a lot of these cats, I mean, we can talk about it because it takes a lot to do it. It's gonna take a lot to do it. So we can talk about it here on the show. And if you decide to go do it, that's on your own. But you're gonna have to have a militia behind you to really, really make it pop. That's the thing. You separate them. We're gonna talk about. I know I'm gonna bring it up every time we got the show. The separation of the big homies. You know, as they say. You need the big homies, whether you want to believe it or not. Because a lot of y'all be jumping, the ones that say, I don't fuck with the big homies, be writing my inbox, man, how you do? Or be writing your inbox. Yeah. And they do it silently because it's just that separation, man. They pulled us away from each other so bad that it's crazy. Like a lot of us won't sit back and just call, like, man, yo, I'm going through this, and this is happening. Can you help me? You know what I mean? A lot of these young cats wouldn't do that. It'd be us looking at them like, damn, buddy, it hurt like a motherfucker. I know I can help him. I know I can fix this.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like, and that's why I am with the paperwork situation for the artists. You know what I'm saying? Because I see that they got good material. I see that they got what it takes to make the money behind the music. But a lot of the people still just don't sit back and take that little 30 minutes, knock out that paperwork, learn how to register you some songs. And then go and get the digital distribution and get out here.
It's too hard. A lot of people, right now to this day, what kills me, man, I mean, I'm telling you, it kills. Oh, let me see how it is first. What the fuck? This ain't no trial and error. Oh, if you look at it, I'm like, no, y'all got the game twisted. Y'all got it bent like an elbow, man. You gotta, if you believe in your craft and you believe in what you're doing, it's gonna have to have a positive outcome. It's gonna have to have a positive, because what you put in is gonna what you get out.
Right. Yeah, because if you're just recording in your house and you just want your homies to hear your Facebook friends,
and y'all sit back and going on goddamn.
Yeah, it's not gonna make no sense, man. What you need to do is start getting this material, man, and package. You know, if you don't even know how to package,
we just want to get one artist, jump behind the artist, push all our platforms and everything that we got, and and just run it.
And see,
got to.
Balls to the wall.
That's the acrimony syndrome. That's what I had him mention here. You know, acrimony, you know that word?
Acrimony.
I can't even pronounce it, but it was a dope movie with Tyler Perry. But to me, that reflect my life a lot, because like when I want to stop selling dope and stuff and like go straight 100 too legit to quit, and when I say this is what I'm gonna do, I was in prison, right? My sonny Frank Jackson, Buck, y'all know Buck. Buck was my son. I got Buck in the cell with me in the gate. He come in on the news. I go. That just show you how God worked with me, because I was able to go to the staffing department and say, hey, my cousin just came to Racine, blah blah blah. Can y'all get him in the cell with me? They said, we can do that, but you got to get rid of your cellie. We can't tell your cellie. So I'm just saying, just how God worked with me. I was able to tell my cellie, hey, you got 20 days to either find your cellie or move to another unit. My homie finna get staff to come in here, blah, blah, blah. Worked. Sheriff ain't had a problem, but I used to work in the kitchen, make a long story short. I had a job in the kitchen while I used to dive bags. I said, this is what I want to do. He said, why are you working in jail? You ain't to work when you get out. It just shows you how people play you. Right. You know what I mean? And that's when I have to affect. I'm having that. When I want to stop working, all the people who used to be selling dope, they like turn their back on me. Mm-hmm. Even my family members, they were so used to that. They just like they can't call and ask me for extra dollars, so it's like we separated. Yeah. Now the women that I deal with, they supportive, but they supportive to a flaw, because it's like they know the end result gonna be good, because anything I put my mind to, I've always shined on it. So right now it's a battle. Is he gonna stick with me? And I'm telling you, don't kill yourself in the process.
Exactly.
If you see
don't
me,
do it, y'all. Y'all heard that he just dropped a major jewel on
hey, look, if you see me going for it, and you so worried about me going for it, trying to battle me, and you're not moving for it, when I get up, don't wait till I get up to say, I was here all that time. Yeah, you're supposed to be working the same way I'm working. If you see me
when I'm bossing up, you bossing up.
I don't care what you bossing up doing either. Whatever you've been doing. If you was a waitress, be the best damn waitress. You say, my man trying to be the best man he can be, let me be the best waitress. If you are, whatever you do,
CNA,
but don't allow what I'm doing to stifle your progress, because you're so worried about me progressing. Mm-hmm. And that's the situation I'm dealing with now. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to put no names and stuff like that, but it's only a few women I deal with. But what I want to say is, it's not only women with these tendencies, it's men with these tendencies.
Oh, yeah. That's the
thing.
God, I mean, what is twisted, man, because I say this is a component that I like to focus on. Like I said, they didn't took the mail out of the household, so how do we incorporate that back in the house? I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to be easy, but we have to have that reconnection amongst the young men, because a lot of these cats up here is prima donnas, man. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of them get in their feelings and don't know how to deal with certain shit. Don't know how to respond to certain things.
They put the emotion in the business.
Right, and then they go and hide, they go run and hide, they don't want to deal with reality and face the things that's going on. And a lot of times it's just the separation of not having to deal with somebody that's older than you, that's a male. You know what I mean? Somebody, yeah, see, they ain't so used to looking up to people no more, man. It's crazy. Don't nobody look up to nobody no more.
Yeah, we don't even have no figures in the public that a lot of people know, especially in this community. Like I even get girls like I.
Who you look up? I mean, like honestly, if I ask you right now, Louis Farrakhan. I'm talking about here. If you had to speak on somebody here that you could look up to, who would it be?
And it's so sad. It's a white man. It's a guy named THom. I can't even pronounce his name. Tom Mustuzak. He owned the Shell. He owned Pit Road Shell. It's a guy that I worked with for years. Tom. Everybody in the community knows Tom. Tom had several gas stations in Walnut. But I look up to Tom because Tom has resilience. Tom has resilience because the big companies and the big corporations always battled him by him being a private-owned gas station. Right. So he had a lot of fighting. But make a long story short, it's up and down in that business when you by yourself. And I watched this man fight, and build and try to compete. And that's motivation, because one thing he always tells me, if I'm left with this one store out of 10 stores, at least I'm still here, because this is probably my foundation. It might not be his best store, but he always revert back, and he always tell me, once you build that foundation, no matter where you at, you can build that foundation and move it anywhere you want. And that's what I'm saying. I look up to him because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a foundation here, because we're not worried about the studio down the street. We're not worried about the premiere. We're not worried about where we at. We're not worried about none of that. We're worried about building this foundation, because we can move this anywhere we want once we get the relationship building part. Because the Sandy's building still for rent. The President's ain't gonna be for rent. There's so many other venues that need us to be inside of that, but they're afraid. So what we're doing right now, we're at the building stage, and Tom showed me that pro-bam. And it's a white man. And I don't even like white dudes, to be honest with you. I don't even like white women, really. I mean, I deal with them to an extent, but over time, I realized that by people being raised different, they just totally messed up.
Two walks of life. I mean, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. But
who can you say you look up to?
Go ahead. Who do you look at? If you had to pick somebody, who would you say you look up to in this community?
That's sad. I would say nobody.
Damn.
And that's big fact.
Damn.
Because like I know there's been a couple situations where I've reached out to a couple, you know what I'm saying, major figures out here in the city, you know what I'm saying, to help bring awareness to a few things. And they just closed the door, you know, and that just really just turned me off. So that's why I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna be the renegade out here for a little bit and try to make somebody see what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like this. As our community, who really standing up for us right now?
Nobody.
Can I ask you this? Do we have at least one black alderman?
That's the thing. And a lot of people are not familiar with who their alderman is. I reached out to a councilman a long time ago. I reached out to a councilman the other day here in Green Bay. They gave me his house phone number, bro.
Yeah.
This place is so welcoming for new stuff because they so stuck. There's no way in the world you can call someone's probation officer really and talk to them and say, hey, this guy doing this. There's no way you can get the alderman or the councilman's home phone number from just calling City Hall. So, like that, let that be said. So you're gonna start seeing us in City Hall more because we're gonna be the representation of what y'all need to look up to. But it's so sad that we don't even know who our aldermen are, our councilmen are. Right? You in Chicago, you would know those things.
You know.
Because the
they make it relevant.
Yes, they make it relevant. The organization make you. Hey, come here.
That's just like you better know your main pieces or whatever. They're gonna make sure you know those main pieces. You gotta know. So for me, I'm gonna tell you like it's just the opposite with me. I look up to a couple people. Well, I used to look up to a couple people. I've had the liberty of standing next to some good people in the community, man. I mean, it's some good people. But when I'm gonna just put it out there. It's a lot of people that I look up to. But I'm finna ruffle some feathers with this. Every city, I look up to him like that's Pops. I'm gonna be honest with you, the man that took me from a place where I was sunken to a place of integrity. You know what I mean? Like,
I believe that.
You know, I mean, I was in a rut, man, because I really didn't know. And this is how I know it's so important about the big homies. I ain't have my dad the way I was supposed to have my dad. So the streets, I look to the streets and guys that's on the block, you know what I mean, within the organizations to kind of look up to them. Because like I said, it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a fucking nation to raise a man. You know, but it's like, I didn't have no one to look up to like this. So a lot of those key things I missed out on, and I was able to learn myself. But it was like when I made it to Harry City, he was basically like, man, you gotta get your head out of your ass. You playing, I'm talking about just straightforward, no chaser. Like, you got your head in your ass, and you in your own way. Simple. Like, what do you mean? Wait a minute, it's that simple? I'm in my own way. So what do you mean by that? I'm in my own way. My own thinking got me where that. So that's how I elevated my thinking. I got out of my own way. So as far as like pillars of the community, people in the community, you know, these are the people that I looked up to. I once looked up. I mean, you know, Harry, I'm gonna always look up to, but then there's other individuals that I once looked up to, like you say, and then you get to that when you start doing and they see who you really are, want to close the door on you. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really, you can't trust people in the community, man, because a lot of these people are out for themselves. A lot of these people are out to use your story to have a monetary gain for them. You know, they don't give back. Once they get your story, they get the funding that they need, you gone. Pew. You know, but it's a lot of people that at one point was good people till they got different jobs or, you know, higher positions. Then they forget about the small fries, you know, so it's kind of like...
The same people to help them get to where they at.
Exactly. And then, you know, you don't see them no more. You know, they just go off and they wither off and retire, whatever. But as far as like looking up in the community, man, I'll be honest with you. The main two things I changed, the two people I look up to right now, it's y'all two. And the reason why I say that, because it takes a lot for an individual to commit to what we doing. Niggas ain't getting paid off this shit, you know what I mean?
I'm not making no money off
it. Ain't making no money off of it, but the thing why I say I look up to y'all, because y'all have an ambition the same as mine. You know, a lot of people will say, oh man, we look up to Big J. You know, that's fine and dandy, but I'm not gonna add a boy, because I'm focused on the mission at hand, and that's the same thing that with y'all. You know, we came up with the idea, you know, reached out to you, you bid it, we moving. But it takes a lot for a motherfucker to commit to something like that. We gotta do Tuesdays and Thursdays, which today, Friday, we had to switch it, but we committed to those 2 days a week. And not only the other shit that we committed to, and the things that
we had a happy Thanksgiving. Yesterday we committed to a free Thanksgiving gift out. And Kids Rose, Guy Rose, whoever came and got a plate, I'm grateful. If you didn't come and get a plate, I'm grateful too, because you spent time with your family. But I want you to know one thing, that we doing this not on, like he just said, we doing this for free, man. I got other stuff I could be doing right now. I got people calling me saying, where you at? You owe me this, you doing this. You know what I'm doing? I'm here just to cause awareness to what these other two individuals doing, man, because I really support what they doing, and I had a good chance to talk with them. And I'm rocking, you know what I mean?
Facts. Rocking hard as a bitch.
We gotta rock because, like I say, we need to raise more awareness with people running for office. We need to raise more awareness as far as getting people to run for alderman. It's school board positions that's coming open. It's boards within the community that's opening up that we need to rally around. And the thing that gets me so pissed off is that our people are so goddamn lazy, man. Don't nobody want to do nothing. When you put together an event, man, this shit ain't easy. You know, and then a lot of people don't support. Oh, I ain't supporting because of this. Oh, I ain't supporting because of that.
Oh, you know what hurt me the most? When these same individuals I talk to, I post stuff or I say something about we having a free event, and they go online and post, I'm bored, what everybody doing, whatever. That is so freaking sad. That's what we're trying to avoid, and y'all don't even recognize that. So if y'all want to continue to be bored, and y'all see us posting these events or this stuff happening, what y'all want to say, where y'all at? I'm not
easy slogan. Keep doing your lame shit.
Keep doing your lame shit.
Keep doing your lame shit. Cause I know we had this motherfucker going at a lot of points. Man. We had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Rock. It was always something to do. Monday was what? Cosmic Bowl.
Monday was Cosmic Bowl, and at Ashwaubenon they had a thing where they had what they call industry night. They invited all the places on Ashwaubenon, Texas Roadhouse, everybody to come bowl for free as long as you bring your team. They'll allow you to bowl. Tuesday we had so many things to do.
So many things.
It was down the street, Mikey's Pub, reggae night. Yeah. Newfound Flavor was there every Tuesday like clockwork. For a while there was a few people, but it grew because it was consistency. That's what we try to have, consistency with these events. Wednesday, man, you go to Appleton to whatever that Fire line. You can go to the pit to the bull.
To the bull.
You can go. Wednesday had a lot of different things.
Stuff everywhere.
Oh man, Thursday it was Kiddos. Kiddos was really playing R&B and hip hop on Thursday nights. They was really having a good vibe.
I don't know. It seemed like a flip flop. Like you would think the time would grow and be more suitable and comfortable now versus back then. How the way it was suitable and comfortable.
Too many embarrassments. How many times can we extend our hand? Even with the radio station situation, even when people's on radio, there's too many embarrassments because the situation with the radio station, how it defunct or whatever.
That was cussing.
And now that's a weak excuse.
That was cussing. But they was looking for a way to actually get them out of that.
Yeah, because it was a guy dealing with a white girl underage. It was just a lot of stories that they created.
What?
So, yeah, it was so much.
I'm glad that was before my time.
But that's the thing. It was before your time, but they should have learned their lesson and somebody else should have had the opportunity. They letting it go mistake. You done. Next Negro, this Negro messed up. We gonna trust him for a little while. We might not trust him for a little while. And that's sad because the Charles team had 5 different things, half these bars, but 2 places, Kidners, and Doozy, that bar, they never been nothing else. They've been what they've been because they in compliance. You can't even go, I can't even go to the bar and get no Hennessy. Oh, I asked the guy, he said, oh, we don't order that. Why don't you order that?
Because they don't order Hennessy, they don't order Remy, they don't order Patron, they don't order nothing of the culture like it.
Yeah, because they said
at first it was the jukebox. At first it was the jukebox. They took the music out. So I'm like, fuck, okay, all right, you playing this little top 40. I rock with this top 40 shit for a little bit, but I still want my drinks. You know what I mean? So how do you keep an eye on put the shit in there? We ain't finna drink no Caspers. We ain't finna drink no Fleshmans.
No. Oh, and then they drink you with these wings, right? But they only give you this little flat card. They got people thinking flats is good. No, flats is the cheapest way out on the whole drum. I even want that little leg, that wing on her back. I was dating a white girl out here, bro. She didn't even know what that was. I'm like, that's so sad that she grew up with hot wings. These people didn't even take the gyro before. Italian beef don't even have a market out here because it's the fact of
pizza puff around this one.
Pizza puffs been making. Pizza puffs around this one. They sell them. They got the authentic pizza puffs.
And Woodman's.
Woodman's. They got Woodman's, and they got a lot of the hood shit.
Hey, Kyrie, I'm messing with that side chicks, man. Hey, we gonna bring that back to life, man.
Kyrie, man, I'm gonna make a special announcement to my boy, man.
Yeah, we gonna make sure you work.
That's always my boy, man. You always been where he at. We are probably always ain't never been eye to eye 100%. Because we always push each other. He pushed me, I push him. But for the music that you make, man, this town's supposed to have been on. And I always ask myself, what the fuck happened? What happened with the Scope? What's the story behind the Wisco Kids, man? Because they took off. I mean, they took off in a way that a motherfucker's supposed to make it.
They was allowed to do certain things a lot of individuals wasn't allowed to do, and it's just the fact. I don't know what's lacking, but like, ask your question.
Right. I mean, I feel like this. They was groundbreaking, man. They did something that never been done, and it's kind of familiar to what we was doing. You know, we was doing shit that was never done here in this town.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's like they did something that was never done in this town. They look at them. They own the pictures. Look at the video. They on there with the white girls. They doing all the shit. They had Lamborghinis, all this shit. This is the first time somebody out of this area did something like that. You know what I mean? So they rose the bar so high by how.
Hey, this is gonna be the first single, man. To me, I don't know. I know we don't talk about this because I don't want to I'm making decisions without talking to my people right here. But I think I Got the Juice should be the first single, man, because for 43 North Season 1 soundtrack you did. I think I Got the Juice. Look at this visual, man. This visual. It still got life. It still got life. The sound is original. It got a lot of life. We finna resurface this, man. We finna show people who really had the juice and why y'all lose the juice. I mean, I respect what YD doing.
Right.
I respect a lot of the music he's doing, and he's getting outside his element. He's trying to develop, but he's faced with this community, so he's just going along with what he got to deal. Okay, this is what's happening here. These are who. So you know what I mean. But if he had the right structure, I believe that'd still be pounding.
I mean, they had the best trio, the 1-3 punch that I've ever seen in this area. Because they was working it, you know, and then for Yari to drop, shout out to Yari, Wisco Yari to drop.
He's getting better and better.
Yeah, he's getting better and better. Even with his, you know, his tracheotomy that he had, you know what I mean, and the way his voice sound. I salute him so much because a lot of people in his position would have gave up. Like, fuck rapping, I'm just stay fucking with the women, or I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stay on the coattails, let's go. I'm part of the main.
I'm here, but I'm not there.
I'm there, but I'm not there. I can reap the benefits and really don't have to do nothing. But he said, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push through this thing that I got, and I'm gonna make it sound good, and I'm gonna ride this beat, and that's what he did. But the Wisco Kids is still got a lot of life. This video here to me is immortal. And what I mean by that, it's forever. You know, this video can go on forever. Unless they start getting older and gray and like we, you know what I mean, then, you know that it's older. But for the right now,
shit, I got mine. I don't get
I can get mine.
I look good.
But for real, man, like Skull Boys, man, I mean, they got a story to tell. We want to get them up here. Like I say, I tagged Wisco, Kyrie, and this one, man, so I know you're watching. We got to get you up there, man. We got to tell your story. Like, a lot of people know a little bit of my story, a little bit of Thom's story, a little bit of Trill story, but we going to be the ones to tell it, or somebody else to tell it. Like, I know a lot about y'all's story. You know, I would love to commentate it and put it out there because they say it's best when somebody else tell your story. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got to put that together. So I'm calling y'all, all three of y'all out. YD, Kyrie, and Yari. Get y'all bust up here. Let's set a date. Let's work. Let's get these tracks back out here because I got a lot of personal favorites of Wisco Kids, man.
And it's sad because like those songs I've been listening to a lot more recently because I'm trying to develop a sound for him. Right. But I'm starting to memorize the words, and that's good because there's nothing in this area that I actually memorize listening to. Because some people quick to go in the studio and record a song. If it don't pop off or everybody don't like it right away, they quick to record another one. It's cool to have all that catalog of work, but you have to chime in and focus on one thing and piggyback it. Fetty Wap in the road, that Trap Queen. For years before that, you know, a lot of artists did that. Even M.A., even the stuff that M.A. was doing. That
Dolph too, Young
Dolph. Everybody was working and good. So what we try to do is, man, we get these songs, man, we can remix them, we can twist them, we can put money behind
collaboration,
budget.
Collaboration, because I think like this problem. My thing was this. I said, me personally, I'm not bringing no mainstream artists up here no more. Not to that effect. I'm not gonna put on no show with nobody from outside of here put it like this. My thing is, if you're gonna do something, get a feature with them. Let's get Boy or Trill them or somebody. Let's get the feature with somebody that's hot. Then we build from within. You know what I mean? Because whatever it costs for a feature, it's gonna be way less than bringing them here. But you got them here. But you got your artists pushing that shit, and they got their little track. They may throw it in there, whatever. We have to promote our own first. And I'm telling everybody.
And artists don't even want to come in because they have nowhere to go when they come in. They have no support. They ain't have no artists to think about. Like even in Dallas, like that's how the boy Yellow Beezy got on. Because when artists come to Dallas, mainstream artists, he's running the town.
Man,
everybody supported what Yellow Beezy say. Hey, it's cool y'all come here, but Yellow Beezy finna come out with a song.
Right.
Well, it's cool y'all performing.
But y'all gotta collab with him.
You have to.
That's how he got where he at right now.
Yes.
So many collabs. Look at it when he came out after he got shot. He went straight to the top dogs. That's how
He worked that song to the. I don't mean, baby. I heard that song over and over. So many different versions.
But here goes the kicker though. The song got pushed so much that it was other major artists making their own remixes.
Yes,
already.
And we have material here like that.
Yes.
And we can. And I got Juice to me is one of them.
Like Coach said from Quality Control, artists always run up to him. And at the company and be like, man, when I'm gonna get radio airplay, when I'm gonna get radio airplay, when I'm gonna get radio airplay. He said just to get one song on the radio,
200,000.
200,000. That's just the push.
But that's the whole country.
But that's everywhere. It's pretty much on all the main syndicated stations. You in rotation every
Clear Channel all the way.
Right. You all the way in, but that's $200,000.
And that will be raised with a community of people.
Exactly.
Right now, the stage we in. We can reach numbers. We can reach radio. We can do all this stuff if we go together. If we do it together. When Prince Ray was going to that studio, when Prince Ray was going out there to Chuck Charles on and Chuck Charles having interviews with him and set him up like that. If he would have had more people rallying behind him, just a few, he'd still be in rotation on that radio station.
Let me ask you a question. Is there a way that you can set up a situation with me and Chuck Charles?
I sure did. And I'll reach out to him today, actually.
Chuck Charles,
because he been wanting to try something of that nature, but he's been force-fed by the people so good. Well, why would I get outside my element if this wasn't working? Even Chase Rush, I'm gonna tag you next time because maybe we can get in touch with you. He's a producer, but he also worked close with Kiss FM. He worked with local artists and everything too. It's another way. Yeah, he was like, well, let's do it like this to sneak it to the radio. Let me do the production for some of y'all songs just to say, hey, I can say this is mine. People ran away from that. He gave ideas, but that's what I'm saying.
But that's kind of I don't want to say, I didn't mean to step on your toe.
Go ahead.
Like, that's kind of I feel like that's kind of a whack way to get introduced to the radio because dude produced the song.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? I can hear, I honestly hear what you're saying. But if the song is good, and the people, and they fucking with it tough, they asking the DJs in the club, can you play this, can you play? Then yeah, give that boy a shot, bro.
Yeah.
That's all you can do, give him a shot.
Ain't nobody doing that though.
My thing is like this, and I'm just be straight up with you, man. Fuck Kiss FM, fuck them.
Fuck Kiss FM. No more Kiss FM.
The reason why I say that, and this is the reason why I say that.
But we still gonna reach out to Chase Rush. That's y'all thing. I'm gonna bring y'all. I am personally.
I mean,
this is our sound guy. Me and this boy gonna be on the radio talking our shit real soon.
They gonna see that. They gonna talk. We gonna have a radio station right here. Fuck going to 95.9. For so long they had this radio station and sitting here for so long. We can do so much within the community. They can reach out to us. They see what we do. Chuck Charles see what we do. We've reached out to them.
I don't even know buddy.
I mean, we've reached out to them in a lot of different occasions, and we've asked them personally, what is your outlook on hip-hop? He just looked at me. I said, what's your take on hip-hop? I had the Storm, that does the daytime thing. I asked her, she's like, well, she told me straight up, I have no liberty of, I have no control. I just come out and do this. So I asked Chuck Charles, I said, what is your outlook on that? And right after then, that's when he did that thing with Prince Trill. Because it was like, he didn't know if I was going to actually take a step in his direction and try to attack what they doing over there at the radio station, but they don't bullshit over there. If you listen, I was going to go live one day, and I was just going to, for about 30, 40 minutes, and just show you their rotation. The shit that they play on that radio station is bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. Who listens to the radio station?
Funky Cold Medina.
Ain't nobody listens to that shit. Ain't nobody
going up Tom Logan. I don't know how.
Bro, they ain't playing that. That is in their rotation.
That's in their rotation, man.
When they so lost in the
like
sauce, then they can take a risk on the new school.
Oh, man, they so lost in the sauce like a basil leaf.
Now, granted, we will have to censor our music. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. But at the same time, though, man, at least give us a shot, man.
I mean, they ain't even trying to
give us a damn shot.
Man. When I reached out, I did some Best of Both Worlds. I went and met with the execs. I went and met with Chuck Charles and them bosses. So the thing about it, they privately own and they got a tower that they get all their shit from 95.9 do. But the thing about it, they so tight and they so scared because
they used to it. They're comfortable. They don't want to get.
It ain't that they comfortable. I mean, the thing that they got, they went and did promotions with us. We was our own radio station for the best of both worlds. That's when we tried to bring all walls, pop, hip hop, all that. Right. We tried to bring it all together at one point. Then we was like, get a push from y'all. So we paid and they did their little thing or whatever. But it was like, I asked Charles, or I was like, hey, can we get one of them to come out here and air it live? Oh, that's something that we wouldn't, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, right then and there, I knew where they stood. Because
you don't even want
to watching 99.7 and watching what they went through, 95.9 went to shit. You ain't hear nothing when 99.7 was going. Nothing. Like, literally, they was nothing. This is a private company. So they was damn near dead when 99.7 came. So it was like, what do? Do you save the people that's already there, or do you knock out the new people? That was that game.
It's just like
knock out the new people. Then they start saying everything that Hayes and D-Dog was doing up there was bad after that. You couldn't say nothing. If you said something that was remotely close, it was just an attack on that radio station. That's why I say, fuck 95.9. My opinion, fuck them over there. Like, because they not looking at the community aspect from what we looking at it. They'll never see it because their eyes are stuck on soul. That's why he's still playing top 40s, because that's what they feel this community wants. And it's a whole new part of the community that needs to hear what they want to hear.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's just like they're not even trying to give in. They say it's a community radio station. It ain't no goddamn. It's a white people radio station.
Yeah, because somebody told me the other day, I feel this is some old school. And you know what song they were talking about? What? Britney Spears and them 90s.
Oh my God.
It broke my heart.
They want to keep that Valley Girl look up here.
That's so sad, man.
You know what I mean?
That's not old school. I want
that shit whack, bro.
They do it a lot of shit whack.
I mean, it's just like when you have creative control in that area.
Can I ask you a question? Like, what happened to the power mixes on the radio? You
None of that. You don't hear it, quit it. You don't hear no. When you got a radio station, you're supposed to support the arts of music. And that's different components. When your community build, you got to have fact checks. You got to have statistics. You got to have population notes as far as like, what is your community growing as? And as a radio station, if you're not doing that work, you're a shitty radio station. Because you're supposed to check that forecast, you're supposed to check these statistics, and you're supposed to check the needs of the community. As a radio station, just like the fucking news. They check all this. They do a lot of this fact checking. They do a lot of forecasting. They check and see what shit's gonna look like down in the week. They do all. They have all.
And then they touch on small, minor stuff in the community
and let it grow.
Right to it.
And they let it grow. They go to the crazy shit. A woman that makes pottery out of her backyard and put grass in it. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I mean, they touch on because grass is gonna hold longer with the pottery or type shit. So it's like so much stuff that they do, and they plant their seeds and they let it grow. What does these radio stations do here? Shit, but play top 40s.
Big facts. All right, so prime, like super prime situation. So like everybody know, I was one of the head dudes for the No Sleep Autism Car Wash.
Right.
I've reached out to almost every big source or big platform to bring awareness to our community from artists, you know what I'm saying, and giving back. Tell me if any one of them radio stations got back to me.
Yeah, no, I was out there. I was the radio station out there that day for everybody making it aware. I still have the footage. I still have the shit that we put together with it. But no, I did not see not one radio station. When they say they support things, I wondered if it's some type of amendment that they got where they say don't go out and support African American events, because that's something the radio station should have been out there supporting. You know, to have a booth out there for autism. This is something that affects people across the.
But not even that. We got out there. It's cold as hell.
Yeah.
It's cold as hell. We out there washing cars, boss. Like the weather went for a stupid turn at the last minute.
And look, I didn't even come right, but this is what I did. Let me show you how I support people from behind the scenes. I sent my girl right to bring I got a big car. I sent her to bring the car. When she got done with that, she came back to my job, dropped the car, and took one of my other cars, my gray truck on 24s, and brought that up there. I wasn't there, but I made her, because she wasn't even with it. I was too cold. I ain't gonna go over there. They doing this and that, doing that. It's just the stigma. Oh, Keys and them doing it. What is it? I don't want to be. Nope. That's what I want you to do. Even if you just take that car park and nobody don't watch it, take it and let them know that we was there as a part of support.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I didn't do it with Jay.
He dropped his cars off, his sign, and just left him. Like, man, this is what you need for car show.
Just to support, just to show support. It's something as simple as that because we got a car show. Why wouldn't anybody want to just be a part of this man's car show? I don't care what it looks like.
Bring your car, drop it off, and I'll be back to come pick it up.
Because that's what the car show is about, walking around. Right. And I watch DJ Envy and them on Breakfast Club, right? Envy can reach out to certain individuals, not the fact that he gonna play their music, but he can reach out to 50, and they will send the cars to his car show. They'll send a trailer load of 10, 12 cars.
Exactly.
Just make sure
I'm bringing on cars. Like, who was that came out there? Jacquees.
You feel me?
They did the interview with Jacquees. He jumping at Envy. Man, I sent all my cars.
Because that just shows support.
It's support, man. It's solidarity, man. It's strength in numbers. And that's the one thing that we lacked a lot up here, man. We lacked a lot. A lot of people, oh, man, I support. You see him in person. Oh, yeah, man, I got you. Next thing you know, like, goddamn, like, you know, buddy said he was coming over. She said, no one fucking came. Even the parents with these schools. With these kids that's going on, man, that's why we try to create that hub, that safe hub that we got for the shorties, is because these parents, they be so busy sometimes, or some of them just don't give a fuck. Sign them shorties over to us. Let us be the power of attorney that we can sign for these kids to get in these events, these little football tournaments, these basketball tournaments, because we need more participation from the parents.
Hey, but that's something that I always wanted to do just off the 43 North. You know what I'm saying? Get us a traveling AAU team for all these kids.
Yeah, man.
Let these kids go out and ball, man. I know a couple people who work at Hoop Is Life. You know, they got their little internet thing going. Shit, I know they would love to see us pop up with a team, especially up north. They love that shit.
Man, a lot of people will love it, man. I mean, and like I say, to get on that subject about the sports, man, let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, the reason why I don't like going to games no more, because it's sad. These games, football, basketball, they're sad. They are sad, they are sad, they are sad. And the reason why I say that is because the refs are outdated. And it's targeted one way.
Hey, I appreciate that, cuz. Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's targeted one way. It's targeted one way. It's targeted to actually take the legs out of these real athletic ass kids. Like, and the reason why I speak on it and why I say it is because my son is one of these freakish ass athletes. You know, he like, Dad, I ain't even play football no more. I don't play track where you play by yourself. Because they got hidden agendas. These coaches look at these kids and never saw these kids be this athletic before. Like, goddamn, little Johnny man don't stand a chance. If
the new athlete.
If little Tay coming down the court and he crosses his ass over, break his ankles, how do you prepare a kid for that? You can't. So you take the other kids and you chop their legs off. You don't do it literally.
Right.
You do it systematically.
Facts.
I'm gonna hold you on this bench. I'm gonna piss you off, get you mad when you can't focus and play your game. But I taught my boys how to fight through that shit. Don't argue with the coach. Listen to the coach. When you get the opportunity to get on the field, show your ass. Because that's what I did. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, if we ain't got that instilled in these kids, they gonna falter. They got them beat. The coach is gonna be in their head already. A lot of these coaches don't like these little black kids, man. I'll be honest with you, they don't. They are mesmerized by their talent. And what they doing, they looking at the talent, and they teaching little Johnny how to do it. Because you look at this shit 10 years ago, we've evolved. Like, I'm gonna say white people evolved. They're the best mimickers of all kind. They mimic everything. They buy it, steal it, take it, the ideas, switch it around, and like it's their own. So mind you, these motherfuckers is like chameleons.
Because they already had the money behind it.
They already have the money behind it. So okay, like now, you take all like these coaches, see these little boys jumping out of the gym. They studying them. They looking, how the fuck these little motherfuckers jumping out of the gym? How's they crossing and leaping and doing all this? So they take it and they teach them, you're gonna fucking do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna get your ass in here, you're gonna cross over like little Tay-Tay. You know what I mean? You're gonna be crossing them over, and these boys get so riled up. If you look at these rallies that they have, these kids, they put, like we go to Kimberly or something, I watch these kids, these people in their community support their kids. They put up big money for practices. They put up big money for these games. They fucking with concessions. I'm telling you, listen, these suits, I know these suits, all the kids, got Junior, he the only one that got one of these suits. These suits are like damn near $300. All the kids on the team got these suits, my dude. So it's like they really putting money and investing in these kids off their what they saw the Tay do. The coach saw the Tay them jumping out the roof, dunking them. You finna do this. Now you starting to see white people poke them motherfuckers. Yeah. Now you starting to see these boys cross motherfuckers and bip them and go to the bucket and dunk them. When did they start doing this? When did they start doing this? It was on the handful that can pull it like, hey, burn that motherfucker. Now you see these motherfuckers float in the air. Hold on. You gotta eat the green pavement like they do. The Achilles heel gets strong, you can jump higher. You know what I mean? All these different scientific aspects, they pump these boys with these juices, they doing all this kind of stuff to be able to compete. The thing is, it's all about the man competing with the man. That's what this whole world is based on. Man compete with man. If we can sit back and just break those barriers, man, and work together, it's crazy, man, because on both ends, you take white motherfuckers that's over here in Kimberly doing anything, they could be mad. They could all be, we could be 3 white motherfuckers in the room that hate each other. You didn't fuck my wife, he done did this to whatever, but let a business deal come up. Okay, we're gonna get 100,000 a piece off this if we all put in 60. Okay, well, I know you got 100. Your ass over there sitting well. Hey, you got 100, so we can go at this. I got 100. We found 300,000. We're gonna do something to make 2.2 million. And they all this shit that they went through is out the window.
Right.
That don't matter until when they sign that check and it's over with. You motherfucker, you know what I mean? But they didn't did the deal. The deal is done and they moved on. They done bought the block back. Now they happy. Now they can go back and talk shit. This motherfucker John, you ain't fucking with. Now they can go back at it. But let it be a business. And that's the sad part about us. We can't come together for shit. For nothing. For nothing.
When I'm with us, say us.
Black folks.
Okay.
Black folks, black people. African people do not come together in America.
Okay.
And that's the main reason why we not know it. That's the main reason why a lot of these artists are still working jobs.
Man.
It's the main reason why a lot of them is still dependent on the game.
Man, that's why I try to tell a lot of artists,
listen,
once you own your own label and your own name, and then you start going after the rest of the paperwork, shit, next thing you know, you don't have to work for nothing because you own it.
Yeah, listen, man.
You your own boss. That's what you hear all the artists say, I sign myself. Because they put the money behind themselves. They're like, you know what? I'm not going to let nobody else own my own entity. I'm going to create my own. Again, look at Young Dolph. Who did he have on his team? Nobody. Yo Gotti tried to sign him, but what did he say? He had too much money. If I got more money than you, why am I signing?
And he had too much ambition. He like, why would I stick myself in a contract, something that you made your mistake on over time? Because Yo Gotti went through it too. Yeah. Yo Gotti was signed to local people, this other group, because he wanted to get to that platform that he had now. And he even signed with Jay-Z through management. It's these trial and tribulation. Like what Meg Thee Stallion going through, or what's the other girl name? The black chick, Cash Down. They signed to local people that won't let them get to the next plateau. Mm-hmm. So, but you see how far that local people got them. You see how far the local people worked them. So that's what they local people saying. I worked you to get on the Breakfast Club. Don't just cut me off at the leg. Right. Work with us together. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you local to this level. But now, where are you going to go from then? We don't want to get you to this level, and then a white man come along and you just so used to listen to a whitey say, you say, Tommy, I'm sorry, the white man doing this. No, we want you to build a relationship so business won't interfere with my dignity. Business won't interfere with my pride. You know what I mean? Forget your dollar amount. If I'm down with this guy, I'm down with this guy. If he mad at you, I'm mad at you. Until we sit at the table and figure out, hey, you bogus G earlier, but this is what's going on. You know what I mean? And people don't do that. People feel they mad at me or mad at Jason or mad at me, and they won't even address it. They just, I'm just mad.
It ain't even that. Just look, just like, hey, yo, I'm gonna message you. Hey, right. Can you call me in the midnight? I just want to holler at you. Right. It's that simple. It's that simple, bro. So, you know, some people, what they want to do that.
They want to keep it to themselves. You get a lot of motherfuckers that, and they keep it amongst their little cliques, man. You don't even know that they talk much like a lot of stuff that was going on amongst the whole Dub line thing. A lot of people kept that shit to themselves, you know. But when he sat down, you want to say certain shit. But until you sat down and holler at a motherfucker, you don't even have the balls to go and sit down and talk to a motherfucker. Shit be explaining. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. A lot of the shit was all assumption that we had what was going on. It was all assumption. Motherfucker said they wouldn't get paid for security. That was assumption. Nigga, you was late. Oh, you did this or you did. Motherfucker don't know the rules that they didn't sign. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's a whole different ball game, man. But the simplest shit, like you did, you had something that we had something going on. You said, you know what? Let me call this brother. Right. You know, and you called me. You flat out called me, like, Jay, this was going on, man. I think you should be. I can respect that because that's constructive criticism. You trying to make it where I take what I need to take from this, however I take it, and learn from it. Like, boss, man, I'm seeing you really doing this, you should do this. You know what I mean? Right. All right, that's what's up. A lot of people, you can't do that. There's certain individuals that I try to call and tell, and they be like, man, I don't know, man.
If you my partner and I see something wrong, I'm going to come holler at you. And I'm not going to degrade you while I'm doing it. I'm going to be like, yo, bro, look, this is what's up. I see what you got going. I know you running it this way, but how about you do this? Because I see this where you fucking up at this a little bit. So how about you take that little piece of game and, you know, flip it? Because I ain't never got mad at a nigga telling me something about my shit. like, oh, bro, you should do this on your mixtapes. Okay, so when that next one drop, guess what? It's on there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that way, I don't want nobody to feel like, man, I told the nigga to do something he don't want to do it. No, I take all of it. I don't get mad. Everybody knows I don't get mad. Whatever. Say what you gotta say. I go back, tweak it, and I'm coming back. And then when I come back, it's gonna be hard.
That's how you learn, man. A lot of things, like a lot of people, man, that I respect, said something about how the way I was operating. You know what I mean? And I listened to it. A lot of times, people would send me get on a book and I go on a rant because it was just like I saw something. You know what I mean? I saw something in this.
And it irritated your soul.
Yeah, and it irritated because I'm like, man, I see that we got opportunity to go anywhere and do whatever, but cats don't want to support it because, okay, we doing the same thing with the same people. So fucking what? You know what I mean? If we giving you a show, enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because we ain't got that up here. We don't have that commodity. And that's what they want to see, us apart versus together.
Man, look, I just want to be honest with you. Like, I feel like until we actually get a radio station up here, fam, we going to be behind forever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm
talking about just behind forever. I'm talking about they got classic rock station, country, top 40. We the only people who left out, bro. We the only one who left out, bro. And if they consider playing 2 hip-hop songs every hour contributing, my nigga, then they lost. Like, they done dropped the ball too bad.
We need a heavier rotation of our different strengths.
It ain't even that, though. Throw some R&B on there, man. Can I hear some LMA?
Right. To be honest, like I say, man,
it's just certain shit. Like, I just want to know how I can program that record. Just
I get a shirt made say fuck 95 now.
Man,
because they not
get me started.
Man, they do not want to. They do not listen. If they go to Prince Trey and even one playing his music, they was just using his image because they felt that he was a hot producer here in town. He was producing, but to be honest with you, it was people that was producing way more shit. But it was just his marketing. Shout out to him. You know what I mean?
And he also had a studio,
right?
Invested in his
craft. He had his paperwork right
about that.
So when they looked at him, right? So when they looked at him, okay, he's decorated. Whether it's Prince Trey or not, he's got all his shit together.
It's not even that. The credentials.
Right.
It was that's all it takes to get
through some doors. Just like this can of Pepsi. Motherfuckers know what's in it. They know. They look at this brand. They know it's legit. So that's what they did. They looked at Prince Trey and said, you know what, this man, this is the one we're going to try to fuck with. Not little do they know, it was other people that was more rooted, but their paperwork shit probably wasn't right. Their paperwork shit wasn't right. That's why we try to push.
Alright, Sco, I see you, Sco.
Paperwork, man.
Because even on the radio station, when I called and I reached out to him and I talked to him, I talked to him about Prince Trey or trying to get some of the music on. I was in a situation where I was doing a lot of work with him as far as like how can we get his sound outside of Green Bay, just similar to what I'm doing now. So he already had an idea of what he wanted to do. So we would reach out to these radio stations and then say, well, what label you behind? Well, we our own label. No, we're our own label. Well, what do you, They so used to people, like he said, Grease and Pockets will send care packages. We're going to send something from Warner Brothers. Right. We're going to send t-shirts over there, bumper stickers. We're going to send our package. We're going to send our new Christmas DVD of our new artists and blah, blah, blah. They used to that. They used to that handout. Right. So by us saying we don't have a label behind us, but what would it take to get his music in rotation? Oh, we're going to do some local art. No, we want his music in rotation. Don't put us in the category where this is a local song.
And only hear one day out the week at 7 o'clock on the 3rd.
Oh, you got to pay $250 to be able to advertise. Don't feel me?
So like I said, shout out to bro, man, because he really tried. I mean, he got frustrated with a lot of stuff, but like I said, if we get him and more people like him out here in this community, man, that's what it's going to take, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to take, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I'm going to keep my nose to the grindstone on it. So like I said, set up the meetings for me. I would love to just be in the room with these dudes for an hour just to figure out.
I got you, bro. I'm going to call Chuck Charles later, man. I talk to him a lot, man.
Because as many DJs and as many artists as it is up here, we should definitely have our own fucking segment.
Fuck them, man. Like, why are we so focused on them?
Because and that's I don't want a satellite radio station. I want a satellite is so easy. I want to be on communication.
Okay then, listen, this is the thing. Hazen did it. 9590, you know what they did? They started a petition. That there was a need for it in the community. That's the thing we don't get back to. That's why I say proper PR is key to anything we do. Proper PR is key to anything we do, man. It's like security. It's the backbone of the mob, man. Because it's like right now, we can talk to the cows come home. You know, until you ring that bell, the cows ain't coming home. But you get back there with the dogs, the cows is not gonna come in. So you, as an entity, has to get out there. We have to start a whole different platform of people who see the same shit we do and get them petitions. You get the petitions, the people have spoken. Therefore, you can't be denied. You take these 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, whatever thousand signatures. They say,
like how
man,
he did that.
What?
He's a real asshole. I love
Chuck Charles right here behind you.
I know, he put it on.
Okay.
He gonna put it on anyway. I mean, and that's the thing. It's all marketing. I might not like it. You know what I mean? I might not like it, how the way they handle it, but y'all might do. Y'all have other avenues. It's just my own personal opinion. I say fuck them because there's other ways that radio stations can reach out to the culture. You know what I mean? It's other ways that they can handle certain things. You know what I mean? But
my thing is this: I have yet to see them donate anything to our community.
nobody does.
We don't have a community.
That's what I'm saying.
Who they gonna donate to, Rob?
Exactly.
Who they
Rob,
gonna
that's the only motherfucker right now they look for. Why do you look for people that are decorated? Your paperwork, all this shit's gotta be right. If they look, like you say, they used to the care package. They know the way the system go. They created it. So therefore, these big labels are. You put our artists up there, we're gonna send you this. It's gonna be an equal amount of $5,000, but it's gonna be in monetary gifts. We ain't send you no cash. Talking about stuff that you can advertise when you're doing. Well, thanks to so and so, that's gonna be the advertising. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, and I got an artist.
Yep.
That's all it is. You giving them airplay that they can talk about down the road with what the stuff that you done gave when we got this from Warner Brothers. Okay, we'll work with you, but how you decorate? I guarantee you, Prince Trey's still been around. He's still been on that because that was an amazing thing he had with Chuck Charles. But they didn't have no proper PR. He didn't know what the fuck to talk about. Everything because Prince Trey's such up under the Napoleon complex that it's all about him.
Yeah, but and then let me give you an example because this is what we try to do, right? So before he even went on air, we did something where we'd say, we start inboxing everybody. Hey, inbox him while he's on air or call him while he's on air to say, ask a question or anything because, I mean, they had questions for him, but we reached out. Prior to him going to the station, we reached out to all artists that have worked in his studio. We reached out to everybody. Just ask it. We even reached out to our baby mamas and stuff, just to have that support behind them. And I can guarantee you, out of the 30 people we reached out to, only 5 participated. They didn't participate in calling in because of the fact that we called them and asked them. They participated because they really supported. Those other people, they didn't look at we support Prince Trey. They look at, oh, he on a radio station. And that is so freaking sad because that was one of ours. No matter what, we don't deal with Napoleon. We don't deal. That's one of ours on there. No matter if you don't. And that's what I'm on right now. I don't care. I don't like certain music, but I'm gonna pick the music that you got that I like. But by you being one of mine, I'm gonna make sure I rally behind you. And I expect that same from.
What do you know? One of yours, Black Man or what?
Yeah, Black Man by one of ours. Somebody who we see grinding, somebody we working with. That's one of ours. Somebody, even it could be a white man, it could be a native cat, whoever, Indian, whatever.
Right.
But one of ours means somebody who's down here. It's not on the corporate level. Somebody that's putting his feet to the pavement. And he did that. He reached out, had a studio here, he did something. He had a computer so full of music. I used to be like, bro, we finna start releasing this music on our own. Because ain't no way in the hell these artists recording songs, leaving half songs on the computer, and leaving and never even checking back for them, never put them on USB, nothing. We have to support our own. If it took us to go be bogus and release other people's music just to cause awareness, hey, I was willing to take that knock. Because some of this stuff, man, people used to start stuff and never finish, man. I got to see stuff through.
There's a lot of stuff that was over there that was brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But at the same token, though, again, it's the egos. Niggas just need to put their egos in their purse.
And that's why I say the big homies, man. I mean, just like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. You had not creative control, but you had a positive influence on him. I can tell, because like you say, he was one of the most too. So it's kind of like he's screaming at. So naturally, you got involved with him, but it's like nobody was there to really sanction because he killed his own self in a lot of ways. Like a lot of ways, Prince Trey killed his own self. You know what I mean? With the decision making that he did. And the Napoleon complex. So a lot of times, if you don't have nobody, that's why I'm so stuck on a PR. Because you don't have nobody telling you, hey, back up off of that. Leave that alone. Like right now, us three, we be like that. Like if we got situations, that's why we talk about the luxury and all these other different things to get a clear picture as to what we're doing. Like he jump on me on a couple shit. I jump on him on a couple. If it's things vice versa, and that's what we do, we stay on each other, be able to do that. If it was somebody over there that was actually big homie in him, you know what I mean? A lot of his decisions wouldn't been what they was because the situation with him and Rico, that's why a lot of product wasn't getting finished because of him. You know what I mean? A lot of different things that we play a factor in be us. You know what I mean? Like for me, I could have went and got on Chuck Charles or whatever, but the people wouldn't have, a lot more people probably would have been like, yeah, we fuck with Big J, but it would have been a lot more like, no, because of this. Like you say, oh, he on the radio.
Yeah, they look at it,
right.
Just wanna, they look at it like,
this nigga on the radio. When I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, that's an amazing opportunity.
What?
But at the same time, I said, it ain't gonna work. I praised it, doubted it at the same time. I'm a realist. I look at certain situations, I look at certain things, and I balance it out. I'm a Libra. That's what I do. I balance it out, and I make a decision. It don't be right all the time, but goddamn it be close to it. When it's something that's so detrimental, like I saw it, and I'm watching, I'm looking for the key things to fall out. Like, me personally, if I was in there, like somebody call me Suge Knight or whatever, I'm bringing people with me. It's not just gonna be me every time I go in there.
Right.
Oh, I got so-and-so, come on, Tommy. Come on, it ain't gonna be, see the thing about Prince Trey, everything was about Prince Trey. It wasn't really about nobody else. It was about me. Me. When I sat down and told that brother, man, I said, I got a platform for you, man. I'll make a show just for you. Nah, man, I'd rather do it. Yeah, you can't. It's time for you to go. It's just time for you because you didn't have the time in a way that it's fucked up.
yeah, we had a show that I would like being a part of, but even finagling certain things as far as the shows go and stuff like that in finding these venues, they wasn't trying to work with him how they tried to work with a lot of us because by him having this stigma and this image, they wanted money. They didn't see nothing that far.
Hold on, because I want to say something on that, because, again, the night that we packed out confettis, ain't nobody else did it. I had a representative from every camp. Regardless if y'all beefing or not.
Everybody came.
Regardless if you beefing or not. Y'all gonna get along tonight, fool.
Everybody came.
So you had your Jerk Village, you had your Rush Mob, you had your Star Camp.
And goddamn it, I reached out to everybody that was there. Niggas be playing in their ass.
Right.
Period. It's about everybody so nervous and scared. I'm gonna touch on something right here, man, real quick, and then we can change gears on this one. I left my job for the sake of my independence. I had 6 kids, wife, house, all this shit. So I said, man, what do I have to do in order to, make my weekly quota? So I did what I did. But I didn't make it about me. You know what I mean? A lot of this shit wasn't about me. If I made this about me, I'd have stayed working, my job. I'd have stayed just secluded with my family. But I made it about the community. Did we make money off doing them shows? Yeah, no.
Well, hit or miss.
Yeah, I know. So I said we balanced it all out with the ones that we did really successful with, for the ones we lost on, for the ones we kind of broke even. You know what I mean? But I took that risk and I never looked back. A lot of these cats are so stuck in working and rapping, don't want to take that risk. Jay-Z and them said it best. We're risk takers. What's the face? Meek Mills. Risk takers. In order for your independence, you got to take that risk, man. You can't sit back and say one day and hopefully you can work and do this and then go and hopefully get a deal. No, you'll never get a deal unless you just blast, man, out the habits. That rarely happens, man, because a lot of times you gotta be able to jump up and go at any given time. Motherfucker may call, oh no, I got vacation time. Like I talk to certain individuals out, oh no, that's the day I work. You're a rapper, up and coming rapper, you get an opportunity, but this is the day you work. Your job that you're only gonna make $120.
They're not too confident in what they're doing.
Right, at max, a motherfucker can make at max $200 a day. And that's getting paid what, $30 an hour damn now. You know what I mean? So it's just like an average motherfucker that's working a job at $16, $17 an hour, you're only making $120 a day. You know what I mean? So it's just like $120 a day, I give a motherfucker $200 for that day to come perform, and you get your recognition as you're doing for your independence. So it didn't make sense to me. Like, I know I gotta work that day. Like, what the fuck? You up and coming, and you got this platform, and you talking about you gotta work a motherfucker job. I left my job.
The old 5'6", y'all. I know y'all see that. That's the old 5'6".
I threw it back.
I'm giving you how we used to.
Look at that date, April 9, 2006, at 12:40. That motherfucker was packed already. February 5th. This is the stuff that we edited way back when.
This is how we was right back then, so just imagine this is growth.
This is how long we've been doing
never
this,
stop. I never stop. If people know that I would been out of these streets, man, I had 2 or 3 with always coming, always stuff.
And we stayed on. Back then when cats didn't even know what Giovanni's was, we had choice with 62
You already know.
I'm talking about we had lax, old school lax, 74 lax, 71 lax on folds. I'm talking about we ran through the city, man. So it's like
any of these most of these pictures on here is my whips, y'all, and people that know me from back then know that I don't play no games.
He was on the one side killing him, and we was on the other side killing him. And what I mean by that,
and that worked.
We was from two different organizations, and we're gonna touch on that. You was a Blackstone.
Still am.
Well, he's still at Black. He's still all the way up. He's still all the way up.
Ain't no misconception of how I carry myself. I'm drawn in the sides.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Because I can't take that away from where I've been to.
No.
And no matter how far I want to go, it's not the fact I'm claiming the organization and claiming these things are in my blood.
Exactly.
My people, my family, I'm tatted. It's not on me, it's in me type stuff. And a lot of people is just for the moment. A lot of this new generation, these games is for the moment. I remember when we was flipping and stuff, people were flipping organizations when I was around, but they were flipping for money. They were flipping for a reason. They wasn't flipping because they was cool with this person. Everybody we was grown for our time.
Yeah.
Them organizations raised us.
14, 15 after doing grown people shit.
Yeah.
And I was against, and I still is against the disciples.
I got a 16-year-old kid right now asking me, hey, can you give me a ride to what's his name? That hurt my heart because there's no way, but you be a 16-year-old boy. And as small as this town here, you can't call no girl to come pick you up. Bro, I be out here. If I was 16 and watch 16 out here, come on, man.
Look, the pictures proof. They're gonna prove right there. I mean, as wild as we was, man. But we came from an environment that taught you to dream big. You know what I mean? Taught you, and that's why I say I'm still against that. I'm still growing and developing. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about. A lot of people take the concept of organizations and gangs and say they're gangs, but they organizations. It's just certain people choose to do shit within their community that will make it seem gang activity. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people within all the organizations, I don't give a fuck what organization you was in, that really took that literature and applied it in a way to grow. Like for the Blackstones, you know, there's so much literature that I even found out after getting to the age that I'm at. They hold a lot of secrets to the age of the black man. And the same is against the disciples. You know, like you say, Larry Hoover was a drug dealer. You know what I mean? So he produced a lot of drug dealer, money-making guys. So a lot of the Gangsta Disciples was known as flashy, a lot of money, fuel hip-hop. A lot of people wouldn't know that. A lot of people wouldn't know the Gangsta Disciples fuel hip-hop, man. I hollered at them powers that be and put that money in their hands so when they never knew what nothing said. So it's like at a point right now, Gangsta Disciples grew and developed, man. A lot of people got that shit misconstrued, man, what these gangs about. And you got that shit that's going on in Green Bay right now, and that's why we're really talking about this, to let y'all know. Y'all really don't want to see that. Y'all really don't want to feel that. Y'all really don't want to start.
So we want to develop and teach y'all. So I've been reaching out to Pistol. Pistol. I reach out to Pistol, I'm reaching out to Keon, man. I want to have you guys come to a culture class for these young individuals, man. Not the fact of teaching them gang stuff, just tell them the essence of where it comes from and tell them the essence of why unity is important. Because I see people doing significant stuff. I don't take none of it personal. I don't even take the nigga word personal. The only thing I take personal is you put your hands on me. Right. Or you call me too many bitches, because I can deal with a few of them, but you call me on my name too much, I just gotta show you that I'm not that. But I don't want nobody to think that, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot for me to get to that point. Right. Make a long story short, I'm calling out Keon, I'm calling out Pistol. Wednesdays, we're gonna start a culture class with you two. Because I see you guys throw a lot of knowledge out there, but y'all throw it to the older heads. I need y'all to bring this to the youth. I need y'all to let them know the components of what growth and development is, or what elements it took in part in your life. Because even though Keon, I can't, you know, I don't never judge nobody from what they do or what they can do. But he went to school out here. So by him going to school out here, he was really cut off from a lot of stuff that really happened in the streets. You know what I mean? It's a part of him to know what he's doing and know what he's a part of and everything. But by you going to high school out here, there was the tradition, there was the building rate for everybody's life from high school years. I was out of 9th grade. I was going back up to the high school that I didn't even go to because I was driving in 9th grade and 10th grade. I dropped out of school, but I was going back to school on breaks and that was
lunch breaks.
But out here, I guarantee they didn't have it where they had meetings after break.
No, they had goals and 720s, 360s.
8 o'clock, you better be up there. You better pay your dues, your nation dues.
Hey, your dues. What's going on? What's new? And keep it pushing. But a lot of times, like even these little cats up here, man, they so lost in the sauce like a basically on phone them grade, on phone them, I hit on phone them. Hey Lord, they don't even say it right. It's like they so lost. They so lost. I mean, the concepts that they follow, man, is so stupid. Like a lot of them just out here lost. That's why that situation happened with Lil Buddy. You know, because they lost, they got no guidance, so they looking at TV. You little young motherfuckers grew up here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. What folk them gonna do? You know what I mean? What you know about folk them? You don't know shit. Like a lot of these little cats, man, that's why I want to get them in the room. Like, break down something. Like, what is this? The only thing they gonna say if they against it, oh, growth and development. Or if they saying it's self. Who the fuck says self?
I know some stones out here, not even stones, but people who represent an organization that say folk to their friend all day. Man, what up, folk?
What up, folk?
It's so oblivious to me that I don't want you to take that. I'm not trying to take that from you, but these parts of vocabulary, brothers don't even talk like that, man. That's too body language. First of all, if this guy's a different part of the organization I work with, I address him as a man. How you doing, Mr. Right? Well, what's up, buddy? What's up, family? Something like that. Where that family word came into play at, because we want to have a neutral ground. Exactly. We want to have a neutral ground. We got a communication. I'm not going to come to him and say, "What's up, folks?" He's not going to come to me and say, "Hey, Mo, we too." Right. It's just that don't even represent what we trying to bring apart to you. And when I see people do that, it's just if every time you got to prove to me that you tell the truth, you got to say on folks, on boss, or something like that. I don't even believe you at all. I don't even believe you true to your organization. No. Because by you screaming it that much or putting it on that much, it's like you got a point to prove.
And then they say fold them grave, like
look, fold them grave. You don't even know nobody died in Green Bay.
Right. Don't fold them grave though. You know, you gotta be walking.
So like my question, y'all know I'm so far removed from this shit.
Right.
Like my thing is, so is it any type of accountability? Is it like any check-in? Like
not since 2000 and maybe since 2009, maybe 2000.
I was saying back then it's tried to start because we had, and that's what they broke up. You know what I mean? Because from that end they were structured. Like certain shit, both of us had to check in back then. That's why I say it's crazy, because it's like in reverse time. It's like how the way it happens afterwards, years later. Because we had that back then. We had that, like his organization, my organization. If you had an altercation, niggas had to check in back then up there. Like you had to go, he had a situation. You know what I mean, with one of us. And niggas had to check in like, man, no, this ain't happening like this. Had to figure this shit out before it happened. Because if it went there, it went there. You know what I mean? And everybody was going. But it was more structured, and they didn't want to see that. It was niggas here that was structured on both ends.
But we could party together. Yeah, we used to have parties all night. Ain't nobody fight. I didn't care if we was against each other. Because I was living my good life. They was living their good life. And we know how to party together. We come to party. We didn't deal with that street stuff outside of this main establishment. Yeah. If y'all want to deal with it, hey, hold up, shut up, you leave. We would join forces to say,
fuck out.
This is troublemaker. He gotta go. All right, JC, back to party.
Back to party.
Same thing. Nowadays, people so focused. Oh, that ain't my business. I get it. But y'all want to pull out y'all phones and record it. Y'all want to be a part of it. If you're not with it, or you're not with it, shut it down. Shut it down. Yes.
That's why we do anywhere, man. If anything jump off, get it up out of there, keep the party going. But a lot of times,
rest in peace to Tammy, man. Yeah, right here, Tammy just passed away the other day, man. Tammy had cancer, man. So I mean, y'all ain't see on that, but rest in peace, Tammy, man.
It's crazy, man. The cancer's crazy, but yeah, man. I mean, to get back, and we're gonna cut this off with this gang shit. A lot of these cats up here, man, just don't know, and we're gonna do some culture classes just to get you know. I mean, and even have it in the live spot right here to really talk about and have a live audience where y'all can ask questions. Because a lot of this shit just making y'all look stupid, man. Especially a lot of these little young motherfuckers, man. I mean, y'all look stupid as hell, man. Y'all need somebody to just tell y'all just be prepped up for something, man. Just do the backpack thing and don't try to be something that you know you can't. Because a lot of y'all couldn't survive than what we survived.
Not even that. A lot of y'all come from good homes.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of them trying to make it seem like you don't have to be somebody you're not, man. I mean,
you ain't gotta be street to be accepted.
Man, I know a lot. I wish, honestly, I know what I know, but I wish I'd have finished school. I wish I'd have went to school and been what they said. You know what I mean? Look,
school footage.
And that's at the Riverside.
That's Riverside. This is when we were able to have shows and promote. Wasn't no fight there. We all got along, man.
These fights go back to egos, bro. It's all on the ego.
So we invite everybody to the table. So if you have a problem with anybody not here, if you have a problem with anywhere in this community, call one of us, man. We gonna set up the meetings, man. We gonna set up these what's in there. If I see some people talking on Facebook, beefing or something like that, I'm gonna reach out to y'all individually so we can bring a forum so y'all can talk
Big
about
Johnny, old packer, Johnny. This is how we was playing back then. That's how the cats was playing back then, man. Real life. And they knew we was messing with the Packers. Mm-hmm. Everything we did, he came with the big JJ on them. He was at our store. He used to buy
Herman
had a big JJ chain from him with the cross on him. Gave him the car and he gave him $10,000. But that's how we was living. We was working together. Look at that. Look at that. That's Don, ain't it?
Yeah, that was Don.
Look at that. That's old vintage. This is how long we've been doing it, man. We've been
and
doing
that's why we
gotta
continue, man. But because it don't happen overnight. But if we don't have the support of everybody, not the fact of the support, we just want the numbers, man.
Shout out to WRT, man. That was Pee Wee and them, man, back then. They put that show on.
Yeah. Where they at? Where they been at?
Who? WRT?
They working.
They been working. But guys go back to their jobs, man. That's
That
how
stuff don't work for you, man. You
It's
got what else you gonna do?
Like, I'll give y'all a quick rundown, man. Pee Wee tried to pull it back together, man. Like, I think it was like 2-3 years ago. We sat down. They had a thing. That's where I met Tiffany at Tiny Designs. That's where I met Tiff at. But it was like, he had all the keys to do it, but he ran into the same problem we ran into. The artist participation. Cat's lazy. A lot of things that he had set up, he had pretty much strip mall set up for artists with plenty rooms in it. And like, come on.
I've been out there.
Yeah. Come on, record. Come
Shout
on.
out to Ace Music.
Yeah, Ace Music. That's what Ace Boogie was out there, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of shit he put together.
Shout out to Skullboy too, man. Talk to Skullboy, man. Yeah. Skullboy been commenting a lot of stuff. Just, I mean, he reached out to me.
Give him a shout out earlier because he was on my page before I shut my
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Skull, and he know we had issues over the gang stuff coming in this community.
Yeah.
And I dated his sister for years, and me and his sister had situations whereas it was like it wasn't used to her dating somebody with money. By them being a bigger family, they figured that, hey, my sister has money with money. This money should support the family. And me and him could have dialogue on this, and we could be able to fight. We had physical altercations. I had cars where people was like trying to do stuff in my car. I couldn't even park my car at the bar sometimes. My buddy couldn't. They would rip his TV out, cut his seats up. This stuff was happening to us. We didn't even know who it was. But over time, we figured out who things was. But just to let you know, he's still here. I'm still here. There's no way we should let our past affect what we're trying to do to this point. And I always reach out to him. When I see him in the bar, I saw Tracy last night, it's good. She had issues with me. Me and Tracy got a past. We got friends. But when I see these people, we embrace. Because we look at each other and say, we still agree back. No matter how hard you want to look at, you hate me, this and that. We still in this community. We still want to run across each other. We still want to turn. And when I see him comment on these things, I want shout out Leo. I call him Leon. I don't know all these Sco. I remember Leon when you sleep on the couch. I remember I used to come over there. I didn't even know what Tamika lived at because I wouldn't get my address out. You feel me? That's nothing but love, my boy.
That's when Buck was at the Riverside.
You feel me? That's when Young Buck was Young Buck, y'all know.
He went
he had his business though, because he still, no matter what market you take, it's his market. So whatever you want to do, you feel me?
Okay.
And,
well, I was gonna say, well, speaking on like artists and stuff like that, now we got past gang stuff. We got a playlist of 43 North Season 1 soundtrack.
More songs added to
I mean, we're gonna run down this list, man. We're gonna get ready to shut this thing down. We got been an hour, some change into it. The playlist. Number 1, and we're gonna talk about this a little bit. I Got the Juice. Wisco Kids. That's the anthem.
Oh man, that's the anthem. And the reason I chose that song, like he said, that's the anthem. Me personally,
That's an anthem.
each song on here have a storyline behind it. Even Mo White's song. The song I choose for Mo White is called Paul Wall, because this was a point in Mo White's situation whereas he was on the run, he was trying to put music out, he was trying to do it. We had this guy, they had an Asian guy come out here to film videos to practice. Well, we don't have an Asian guy.
I just want to just chime in on that. Like, that whole situation was delicate as hell.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, my man was on the run. And you talk about Keon. You know, me and Keon, we rock hard as hell. So, he put me in because he seen what I was doing with the mix. He's like, bro, you going nuts. My partner needs you. What's up? They got the chopping it up. The next thing I know, bro, back up here. And I'm like, whoa. They texted me different little locations to meet them and shit. You know, they ducking the law and shit. So, it was crazy, but we ended up dropping the EBT, the TBE 1.
What did that mean, EBT TV?
What was it? I just know I know the TV is the best ever.
Okay.
So I gotta ask Mo for his analogies, but again, like, that was a real delicate ass situation, bro. Like, dude came back from wherever it was, I think it was in Florida, came back up. I was like, my man went nuts. I think it was like, 8 days straight, my man went and recorded. And we came up with almost like 30-some songs, and we picked them, and we ran with them. And then next thing you know, shit, how that KT, shout out to KT killing him. He came up, you know what I'm saying? He shot my video, then he came up. Mo liked how he shot my video. Came up and shot my video, and then boom, that was the first one. It just sucked because I want to say like a week before the tape dropped, bro, I got caught back up in that bullshit. So it was like,
everybody got an interesting story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't wait till I can actually interview bro so y'all can really see the inner workings of what really happened.
Man, we gonna be able, when we get more white, shout out to more white, once we get them up here, man, you know it's a lot. Everybody got a story, man, and that's why we want to get everybody up there. I'm talking all the artists. I'm telling you, everybody.
Even when, okay, go to number 2. You went to I Got the Juice, which is the new theme song.
Right.
Hey, look, I'm stancing in this. Me, personally, Jason, we putting out a stamp on these guys right here. Wisco Kids, I Got the Juice is the momentum for the next couple months. Y'all rolling with it. We trying to piggyback.
If anybody ever noticed, part one, if anybody ever noticed, like game day, the little thing I shared with the diamond football, package football, it's their song. It's their song every time, every game day. I share that, put it on. I put it on my package story. I put it on my page. I put it on my story. That's their music. I try not to share nobody else's music but local music. So to go on to number 2, what's that? The Last Hope by Sonny.
Okay. Sonny
video.
Okay.
Video.
Yeah, you know. I don't know. I went with Last Hope, me myself personally, because it's like Sonny's at an age now, he's like, I can't reinvent myself, I gotta do these things. Right. But this song, Last Hope, was Appleton. He went into Cozy Corner. He gave him a feel of downtown, Appleton City with the performance arts. He made an effort to say, this is where I'm at.
Right,
this is my Last Hope.
Right, this is what I mean. He is where he's from, but he's making Appleton his forefront at this point.
Because they accept them. And that's different between a lot of Appleton artists and Green Bay artists, I've noticed. Appleton support their own a lot more than we support. And that hurt, man. That hurt, bro.
Yeah, it is. So moving on. Respect. Rush Mob. Boy.
Respect was chosen to me because of the video, first of all. It's filmed on Irwin Avenue. It's filmed in our local market on Irwin. And it's a community video. Look at this video. He got a chance to bring all of his members together. Usually you just see Boy and Kingpin. Usually see, this was the first chance we got to look at pretty much the whole Rush Mob. Even Lil Ransom in there. And Rizzo got balls. Rizzo worked. But it's just the fact of, we want to get behind Boy because we see Boy got more of a push. You know, they still recording everything. This video is so homegrown, and just the what he's talking about. I got a problem with Boy sometimes because all he talk about is he the best. You got to tell your story more. You got to let us know who you are. We know you can rap, Negro, but give us some dialogue. So this is one of those songs that he let you know, I'm about lyrics, but I'm also about this brand. You're going to put some respect on the mob, you're going to put some respect on my name, and you're going to put some respect on Green Bay. And that's what this video is all about. Because he ain't trying to say I'm from Milwaukee. He ain't trying to say, oh, I'm from Milwaukee, got living in Chicago, or I'm from Chicago, got living in Green Bay. He representing the Bay. And I respect that boy, man. We behind you, man.
Right, and that's another thing, too, that touch on real quick about how the way these cats say they from Chicago, they from Milwaukee, they from here, but you here. That's what I like about a lot of cats that do their music here, because they're not saying they from here, but they is repping the Bay. So it's a beautiful thing. So moving on, number 4, Live from the Bedrock, Bump J.
Now, Bump
Chicago
J.
vet.
Yeah, Chicago
Bump J.
Chicago vet, and it's a thing with Bump J. By him being so close, I want to try to build a market for him here because we got, you know, he's one of on 4 and them. He's one of the people that have so much knowledge that can bring to this community. I just wanted to throw Live from Bedrock in there because he talked about his story growing up as a youngin' to going to the feds and different things, but he brought a whole package of who he is. All these songs I also choose for the soundtrack have visuals already original. So the artist already invested in these songs. So we want to help craft these and bring light to them. Live from Bedrock was chosen because it was a reintroduction to Bump back in the community when he got out of the Fed, and it was him telling his story. So when people hear that, they can relate. Bam, we can bring Bump to Green Bay. He can share more light on it. Because we're not going for something. We know it might be something colder than that. But this song was chosen because of the storyline behind it that we can build off on 43 North. You know?
Exactly. So the next one, number 5, Another Level, Trill 6.
Riding around with that iron on me.
Riding around with that check on me.
Man, I can't wait till the world hear Trill's voice. Trill got a remarkable delivery. Another Level is the same thing. We're going to go back to I Got the Juice. This is why this is chosen. Because it's a guy from that we know from here that was in the Bentley. It's a guy that we know from here that had a helicopter around. This is stuff that can't be reduplicated because these guys took a chance to go to California, film a video. He wanted to do something different with his brand. So I salute that. And I believe Another Level is one of them songs, man, that can captivate audiences. He already had a video behind it. So we want to piggyback off this and bring awareness to the song because, like I say, he stepped outside his comfort zone. He went to California. He had a white girl with him. You know, sure, no, I don't know what he did, but you know what I mean? No.
I just want to interject though, because like if you're gonna put that on there too, you might as well put the Came From Nothing with him and Bando on there too.
But that's him and Bando. We picking really marquee artists. We gonna get Bando. Bando got the album. That song's so cold.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, because Bando, I believe, can definitely be a front runner of the new wave.
Yes, I like big facts. One thing about that song though, because I love that song.
Shout out to Bando.
Hey, one thing about that song though, Trill, and I love that song. But there's too many tags in the beat. They filmed the video and each technology. I love the idea. I love the what's the name, but that song it can't be on the package that we trying to do because of the tags. Because if we can remix it or figure out a way to do it and see the ownership, but they invested in the video. I don't know how the video package, but I would not allow any artist working with us that's not working on a local producer to just have tags throughout their song. One tag is cool because producers want to get themselves known. But
what's
when
tag?
A tag is purchase your beats now, or it says the producer's name throughout. He don't say it. He said when the beat drop, it'll say technology beats, or it'll say something like that to let you know. Too many tags. That means it's not yours.
Right.
Because even when an artist give you permission to use the beat or something, they'll say, "Well, I'm gonna take the tags out. Blah blah blah. You can use it for this. They give you 50 reasons you can use it. How you can use it without getting monetization. How you use it. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't want to choose that song. But Bando is a monster. His melodic side, he brought Trill back to life. The Trill was lacking for a minute on what he was doing. And when he joined forces with Bando, he gave him that balance with his hooks and everything. I watched it. I know exactly what you're saying. We gonna feature Bando.
Bando's a hidden. He real preserved, man. He laid back. He got old, so I always tell him, I know you got an old soul.
And that's how Chevy is to be too.
Yeah. I mean, but they all related.
Yeah.
They related. It's just, you know what? I know their grandfather.
Okay.
Their grandfather is all the way woke. Willie Pearl. He's all the way woke. I've sat back and talked with that man. He's really.
So it's a 3-generation Willie?
Yeah, it's a Willie Jr.
And Willie P.
No, Willie P is the junior.
Okay.
Willie P is about.
Oh, you my Bando grandfather is the.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's Willie.
Yeah, that's Willie.
That's his grandfather.
I know that. Okay.
Yeah, that's his grandfather. So it's just like to know him and know that type of bloodline, man. He's got an old soul, man, and that dude never aged. He got to be close to his 60s, and he just don't age. He looks the same when he was 30. But it's just like Bando to me is a power force, man, because he can rap, he can sing, he's young. You know, he's got a lot going on, man.
He got a dope pen.
Man, he got a dope pen. He can write, man. And he just, he highlights everybody around. He makes everybody around him look good, man. And it's just, they work well together, man. Shout out to No Sleep, man, and all them over there, man. Trill 6 Block, Young, Bando, Key, Swiss, everybody that's over there, man, that was doing their thing. I got a lot of love for that camp. I did a lot of work with that camp, man. I mean, I know.
Plenty work for
and that's just the beginning, because we got more work to go, baby.
Right, and there's a lot of other camps that I want to work with. You know what I mean? We want to work with now. So it's like moving on. We got to move on with this thing. We carried it out way too long. But number 6, Say A, Rose Mayo.
Shout out to Rose Mayo, man. That's another cat I dropped a mixtape with, and it was so much.
And Say A come from that mixtape.
Yeah, I say it was so much drama behind that mixtape.
And that's what it was, and that's why I chose Say A, because Rose is dope artist, man. Rose have a lot of issues that affect his music. When you should use those issues to project your music. Exactly. If he could pump any of that energy with these hookers and these hoes and all this stuff into some of his music and give us a Western name, and that's what Say Hey represent. That's why I chose that song, because it's his celebration. I'm free finally. I'm out this time. I'm able to release music, and he was excited. Only thing that hurt me about Rose a lot of time, he looked for others to piggyback his name. When you're a powerhouse on your own, Rose, you need to stand up and be accounted for, because you ain't get no younger. So Say A was chose as a celebration of Rose and what he did bring to the community. Because like when you talking about On the Right Track and all the stuff they had, Rose was a big part of that in the beginning. He held them boys down. He rocked a lot of them beats. But we just want you to stay free, man. Free Rose, man. Stay the fuck out of jail, man. Damn, it ain't that serious.
Facts. He was one of the first local artists that gave me a top 10 position on Spin Really mixtape charts. Wow. So I definitely gotta give Rose. I'm talking about like the first day we dropped, he had put up like 5,000. So that's why I was definitely like, yo, this dude.
He dope, bro. He dope. It's just like that, and that's what I'm talking about. Him being dope. We know you dope. You can't do everything. So bring us your music and let us help you construct it. Because a lot of people like that. You got so much other stuff going on where you just say, how can I just focus on my music? Let us focus on the music. You do your thing. Let us focus on this content. Let us focus on this product. And we're going to show you. But just get us that good content, man. Don't flood my email with a bunch of stuff I got to go through. I want you to feel that this is good enough where I want to bring it to Jason. Or it's good enough I want to bring it to Will. It's cool. We know people struggle. We know everybody ain't the best. You know what I mean? But just try to sing.
No, that's all good.
Yeah, look back at it. But yeah, we got, moving on, man, we got another one. What's that, Millionaire? We got G Brown. We got Millionaire.
And I reached out to G Brown a few times. G Brown is another one of those artists, he's a Milwaukee artist, but he's in the Appleton market, but he's in our market. And the reason I chose this video, not the fact of, it's a big dreamer video, man. This is a motivational song because he tried hard too to get to support, and he don't realize you your own support. You don't need some support. But this video was also filmed in Atlanta. This video was, he worked with people out of the district. He traveling around, man, because he's a talented guy. And this video and this song was chosen per se that. This piggyback off I Got the Juice Another Level. It was an artist that we know from here that was able to go somewhere else and film a video in another community and be accepted.
Right.
I mean, it hurt that he not accepted here. He couldn't do that here. But this was powerful. And his dream, if you want to be a millionaire, man, he's showing you. I'm traveling to Atlanta to film video. I'm going to Miami. I'm trying to link out to different people. And this video represents that, man.
Okay, and that's a beautiful thing. But last but not least,
there's going to be more added. I just didn't finish writing. But we have like...
Top 8 is cool. Top 8 is cool. Top 8 is cool for now. Like we say, we're only doing Tuesdays and Thursdays podcast. We're looking forward to trying to do every day. So we're looking to get a top 100 when it's all said and done.
Yeah, for
you know what I mean? So we start with our top 8. This is 43 North. Season 1 soundtrack, top 8, you know what I mean?
For today.
For today. You know, things can change tomorrow, somebody else, but we want to encourage a lot of people to actually be able to get your name up here on the board and be able to be in the discussion with Wisco Kids, Sonny Brasilio, Rushmore, Bump J, Trill, Rosie Mayo, G Brown. You know what I mean? We want to be able to have your name in the mix. So therefore, this is a different platform that you get on because why? We're talking about you. We're keeping it relevant. We talk about certain things within the community that you can do, certain different things. But that's why we is highly encouraging the collaborations. To touch on what we were talking about earlier, one of our topics, collaboration is key. Like we talked about with Bando. Bando kind of brought a lot of other people in his camp back to life with his harmonizing, with his singing, with his strong pen. You know, you got a lot of people in other camps that can cross over and help with that creativity. Because I know for me, even being an editor, a videographer, and mixing stuff down and doing stuff, I lose my creativity. But I get around you or Tiffany or somebody that's got, and my shit just, you know, it's popping back. So it's like, I get stuff, you got those, what they call,
sharp and steel.
Right, those creative halts or whatever. You get those little bird brain farts or whatever. So it's like, having other artists to be able to work with at any given time, we need, I put high emphasis on, y'all gonna hear a lot from me talking about collaborations because it's key. I would love to see Boy and Trill do a track together, or Bando and the other cat out of Rushmore. Lorello. Yeah, Lorello. And then
they both look
Bando singing like that, harmonizing right next to Kingpin or Boy. Then you got Rose Mayo and Troy Sisblock and Boy Brasilia. They all on one track. So one thing that we finna create too is a cipher. Now we're gonna call people out. We're gonna invite you. No charge, no nothing. We're gonna invite you. Be able to sit back, kick it, eat, do your thing, chop it up with us, have fun. But we're gonna create a cipher where we get a lot of the artists in there and we create a circle. I jump in that cycle. Tommy Boy will jump in that cycle.
Tommy Boy!
I'm trying to tell you because we got to have that collaboration. And it's all about basically getting the same artists in the room together. That's all it is.
This G Brown right here again, y'all. This is another situation he did. And Mo White tried it too, right? What they did was try to do not a GoFundMe, but they tried to reach out and say, hey, I want to do a feature with this artist. Can the community support me in it? Mo White had a song called Paul Wall, which he was reaching out, hey, let's do a community support. Let me try to get Paul Wall on the hook. This is the amount he asking for. How can we rally? And that's what Jay's saying, man. We need to reach out and build. But other than reach out to these marquee artists, we need to reach out to each other.
That's first. If we don't have Sonny with Trill number, then did some work. We don't have Rushmore with the Wisco kids that did some work together. Rose Mayo with G Brown and everybody else. Everybody else need to have each other's number one way or another, man, to be able to have that opportunity to be like, okay, we can do some work with them. I can call Bump J, or I can call Rushmore, or I can call Trill, Rose or G Brown, Wisco kids, and be like, man, I got this going on. What can we do? I bet. That's the type of networking we need to have. If ain't anybody on this list that reached out to each other, nobody.
There you go.
Nobody.
Well, I know Rose and G Brown was trying to work together a lot of stuff. I actually even know right now, and this is exclusive shit, y'all. G Brown and Prince Trill got a mixtape together. They got like 7 songs together. They was finna package it as a mixtape release. Some dope ass songs, bro. But the only thing, back to the beginning of this topic, people's pride and emotion would not let that come to fruition. No. And it wasn't the fact of the people around them, it was the artists. And I tried to interject. I even got to the point I told Trey, I'll put that shit out. Another thing, don't tell me you 10 likes to play your song. Don't tell me, I'm gonna drop a snippet on y'all here. Right. Y'all don't even have enough material to even do that. Right. Just put that shit out, man. Drop that shit. No, I'm gonna drop that shit.
One last thing in closing, man, because we finna shut this joker down for real. Listen, yes. I'm gonna tell you, artists, man, stop dropping videos with YouTube beats and you ain't got your shit together. I see so many artists, man, and I want to call y'all out so bad. Y'all be on this little book, man, y'all. I'm finna drop tomorrow. So what? You ain't finna make no money off of it. All the time and effort. I'd rather see people that be like, man, I did this track, I did this, I'm sitting on it. Ain't nobody hearing it yet. You know what I mean? Until it get right. Y'all so eager to get out here and drop it to get this popularity, these views, and you're gonna be running around still with these fake chains on, these fake earrings, trying to get publicity.
All the crew,
blowing on Snapchat, Instagram, blowing on Snapchat, Instagram. I'm talking about pump faking. That's all they doing is pump faking, man. I mean, by all means, sell it, but sell it to get it right. Don't sell it to be the norm. Run around here with all this fake ass cubic zirconia and this stainless steel clean together. You know what I mean? So it's like, get your shit together before you drop. I'd rather see you hold a video or a track for 2 years till you get it right. I'd rather see that than you to get it, you to record it the last night. Oh, I'm gonna drop it on Friday. You just recorded it. You don't even know nothing. I mean, you can use this to get so much other shit. You can use this to have your music featured in a movie. You can use this to have your shit featured in somebody's jingle for a store. You can use, but you have to get your shit together. You have to get your paperwork together. So stop dropping these fucking videos if your shit ain't monetized, man. If your paperwork ain't right.
No.
I'm going to start calling them out by name.
No. I'm not going to call them out because, again, let's go back to the rule. If I'm sitting up here giving you the game and helping you get the game and making sure that you take care of the situation, you feel me? And you don't, and you see everybody else eating, that's your fault.
Right, exactly. And that's why I say
that's your fault.
If we came in contact, me personally or the team or whoever came in contact with certain artists or work with certain artists and they know of this and he's still not doing it.
Listen, you know how many artists that holler at me every day, come by the crib, buy beats, go record, and still ain't took care of that
it's time to call them out.
It's
time to call them out. That's the thing.
I'm not gonna call you out because I'm gonna tell you like this. If I've been telling you this for as long as I've been up here, I got up here in 2015. So as long as I've been up here, I've been screaming this since the days of mixers. I was making sure artists were getting paid and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But after a while, the dude with the game gonna get tired of giving you the game. Because you're not doing nothing with it. You're not being effective with the game.
And I've been stopped giving it to them because they take it and throw it back in my face. You know what I mean? I try to tell a lot of people certain shit. Like, it was like prophecy, man. It was shit that was foreseen before it even happened. You know what I mean? I try to tell a lot of people, man, go on, do this, go on, do that. You try to give them free game. But then when you turn around and want to charge them for it, and they mad. No. I done gave it to you for free so long. Like,
right.
My thing is right now, it's just like, I'm gonna call them out because they not doing what they're supposed to do. Sometimes that's all you need. When you making awareness of it, you put that motherfucking stamp on their back, they gonna be like, oh my God. You know, and sometimes it ain't just abolish a motherfucker, but it's to hold a person accountable. If we do something fucked up, they gonna hold us accountable. Right. If we get on here and talk about something that's not, they gonna blast our ass. So if we got an opportunity to work with these artists, and these artists know this is what you gotta do, and you still playing your ass, oh, I'm finna call you out. And you good, oh, I'm finna call you out. I'm finna call you out.
See, but like my thing is this though, not to like trying to talk about myself or whatever, but a lot of artists out here seeing my track record. They know what I'm capable of doing, but yet a lot of them still just be like, man, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, but your way ain't working, boss. Man, listen, you ain't getting no light, boss. You been here rapping for 10 years. He ain't went no more. And ain't did shit, boss.
Because they comfortable with this.
Man, I mean, we gotta do something better than that, man. You see, I'm trying to look. Everybody seen the whole thing with Mo. I'll take your ass to Texas. I'll make sure you do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying?
The panel that's right here, we travel. We risk takers, and that's what I like. I'm not more so than anything else, we risk takers, man. I mean, I know I done took a lot of risks. Tommy took risks, you done took risks. I mean, it's just like, it's at a point right now, man. It's like, we just gotta stand firm. We gotta stand firm and start calling these motherfuckers, because they baby. They've been babied and pampered. And that's why they call me shit, because I be bulls with, nigga, you gotta do this. Fuck you mean? I mean, what you want everybody to hold your motherfucking hand? In the industry, they not holding your hand. They tell you, man, you think everybody here, they whining about how the way we treat them. Honestly, we getting you prepared. If you ever do make it to the industry, this ain't shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
this is high school.
Everybody know I had left the Bay and went to Atlanta to go do radio work and all type of other shit for artists and shit. Like, leaving the Bay and then going to Atlanta and doing all that artist work out there compared to doing it here, that shit's 20 times faster. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta will chew a nigga up and spit him out the same night he get off the plane.
Wait, you think
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be told down this
go to California.
Like, sitting in the radio stations and watching how fast they turning artists in and out radio, interview. And then it's like, you look at it here, these niggas can't even get an interview, but you got so much going on out there, you gotta stay in the loop. Like, let's just say we go out on a Friday night, we go to the Gold Room in Atlanta. By the time you come outside the Gold Room, it ain't gonna be nothing but artist promotion on the ground. Flyers, CDs, towels, t-shirts. Because all them niggas was out there promoting before they went in the club.
Yeah, bro, everybody I went to, everywhere I walked to, every black man I shook them there. Put a card in my hand.
That's what we about to do. They ready.
Everywhere.
They ready.
Yes, they
but up here, I guarantee you, like if I had everybody come in here and do paperwork, and I'm like, bro, who got some type of merch on it or some type of contact to where I can get in tune with you. I know at least five artists who will come in here strapped, ready to go.
Oh yeah, now, yep. But it took I guess we birthed a nation, man. And I say we because we've been up here for all these years doing what we do. And this is what happened when you birth a nation. You gotta bring other entities in to really take lead on the front end. A lot of stuff that we're gonna do in the community is gonna be very, very effective, man, because for one, we got a platform to talk about it. That was the key thing that cats couldn't do. They couldn't talk about what was going on. So people freelanced up here, people came, set up shop, did what they're supposed to do. In other states, other cities, it's sanctioned. You just can't come in, just set up shop and say you finna do a show, or you finna do this, or you finna do that. Not saying that this is what we're trying to make it up here, but it's just what it is. When you make a awareness of something that's growing, you gotta stand on it. You know what I mean? If people come in and they can fuck up your money. You know, that's why Frankie did what he did, and that's why it was just a poor choice on his end, because he just came up just like, fuck y'all niggas, you know what I mean? We finna do this. But that's a whole nother ball of wax, man. My thing is like this, we need more collaborations. We're gonna continue to push on the front end. There's 43 more for Uncut, man. Tommy Boy, Big J.
Tommy Boy!
Man. We've been rolling down in 2 hours, man. We finna check this joint out, man, and get up out here. We'll be live with y'all next week, Tuesday, between the hours of 10 and 11.